respect me as much as I respect
you move on to another relationship, and all of a sudden now, screenshots and all this other that stuff should be like illegal.
My thing is, if you keep it, somebody can find it.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's in a cloud. Oh God, don't put nothing in the cloud that you don't want people to see.
Yeah. I'm not trying. Cause it's like one of the things.
Why do I know immediately what you're trying to say? Like, I'm right there with you. I don't know if we're going too far with this, but I feel like it is disrespectful to what's new and who you're currently
definitely
with to still be holding on to what you once had.
I'm gonna go use the real word. When you keep it, it's like soft. It's about so confidentiality is not even confidentiality anymore. It's like it's confidentiality until we break up.
All right, let's go. So, brother, I got a question for you. Came in, asked us a question. Should the photos and videos, and you know what photos and videos I'm talking about, should they be deleted after a breakup?
Yeah, man. I didn't say they weren't supposed to be put on a hard drive or archive of some sort. iCloud. But no, they don't need to be accessible. The simple answer is no. Wait a minute. Do that. Whoa, ask that again.
Should the photos and videos, and you know what photos and videos I'm talking about, be deleted after the breakup?
I said no. I was saying that you don't need to have access to them. Yes, they need to be deleted fast. Gotcha. Because I'm going to try to look at them again, and I know my spirit. I know me, and I don't need you looking over my shoulder looking at who I used to be with. And I don't need to be reminded. I'm at a space now where if it's not necessary, I don't want to negotiate with my past. You know what I'm saying? And looking at what I used to be with will lend a conversation where I'm negotiating with it.
Yeah.
Temptation. I don't have time for it.
Cloud can find somebody gonna find that. Yeah. I don't care if it's in the hard drive, it's in the back of the closet.
Yeah.
If you can have it, somebody's gonna find it.
Yeah.
But I think I can joke on this conversation, but I think it's also a respect thing. I think that's a safety.
Yeah.
That's a I shared something with you.
Yeah.
That was between me and you.
Yeah.
And that's not something you should keep past me.
Yeah.
Or share with somebody else.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's a law. Like, you can get jail time. For sharing, they call it revenge at that point. For going past it. So I think it should be there. But you got to be careful because people they think it's okay. Keep it and they'll look at this or something like that. You got to be careful with that.
I don't even know what the reason would be for keeping it. Like, I'm thinking, like, what would be okay, so hold on. Back up. I've kept things if I, in terms of like moving out of a relationship, if I didn't get into another one. But I think, and it wasn't for like public consumption, obviously. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to say that like, every time I get rid of somebody, I delete. Once I get into a new relationship, because I don't want to reference it in any kind of way.
I got to delete it immediately. Soon as we make a decision that this ain't, it got to go. Because I'm going to keep going back to it. I'm going to keep thinking about it. I'm going to remember where I put it. And I want the people that I put stuff in a folder, inside a folder, around a folder, and another folder named the same as another folder with a password on the folder.
Oh, God. So I will tell you this. When I do delete, I got to go and delete, because when you delete it, it goes to the deleted items. And so, I found myself years ago tempted by my deleted folder. You know what I'm saying? So if you're really going to delete it, you really got to be intentional about the delete.
But people keep that. Men and women. Let me be clear. This is a man and a woman thing. They keep them because sometimes I think people see it as a trophy. Yeah. Whatever you shared and whatever y'all shared intimately and whatever you have, I think people sometimes see it as a trophy. Like, I had that, or this is what I used to have. And I feel like, I don't know if we're going too far with this, but I feel like it is disrespectful to what's new and who you're currently with to still be holding on to what you once had.
I'm going to go use the real word. When you keep it, it's like soft porn.
There you go.
It's like soft porn. And, I don't need to be in a new relationship lusting about the old relationship. That's the first thing. And the second thing is, like, I don't want to aimlessly lust anyways. If it ain't going to lead to nothing, I don't watch pornography. So why am I going to watch, something that's not even accessible anymore? So, I get the delete concept of it all. I'm not trying. Cause it's like one of the things.
Why do I know immediately what you're trying to say? Like I'm right there with you. Like we got.
I'm not really trying to say what I have and what I had,
and, like,
and you know. So it's
okay.
You know.
Oh God! I thought I was the only one. I'm struggling. It got hot in here.
Woo!
Bro, it got hot. I was like, what's hot?
So I mean, for me, I think my original point stands. I don't want it because I just don't think it's fair to lust in a space in the space of newness. But I like what I said originally. I don't want to negotiate with my past.
Yeah.
I don't want to have a conversation with it. It's the reason why I left it.
Yeah.
You know?
Just don't do it, y'all. Just don't send the stuff. Don't send it. Don't send it. Let that be, in your business. Show it from your phone. Don't give it. Because you got to be careful nowadays because you don't know what people are going to try and use against you anyway.
That's the piece. Stay right there. So it's like, so confidentiality is not even confidentiality anymore. It's like, it's confidentiality until we break up, or it's confidentiality until I don't.
We talked about that.
Yeah,
though.
man.
I feel like whatever's what's that?
Yeah. What was that?
What's that? Like a gnat? Did you?
Don't say that.
No, a gnat. Like a gnat.
Oh my God! I got to edit that out.
No, what? A gnat?
Yes. What is? It's gone. Get back to the pod.
Lost my train of thought. Okay, so like what we were saying though is that if we break up, I don't understand what this thing is where people feel like they got to now destroy you or demean you or make you look less than or to make you, because y'all didn't work out. I think that's crazy.
So we talked on the last episode about triggers and trauma, right? And I'm in a space. I forgot a trigger. I am triggered by breaking up. Because all my breakups have been so bad, none of them have been good, and so it's kind of on what we're talking about, But
because people don't know how to break up in a healthy way.
Yes, and
we
it's
talked
like
about that.
But then the other piece is that, like, who you were, the person you got with is clearly not the person that you break up with. Two different people. My question is why does it have to be? Why does the index have to be so toxic?
Because people do not know how to communicate, and people don't know how to break up.
I'm gonna say it this way. For me, my experience, I'm not going to say for all men or all women. Make sure I'm clear. I always want to say it from my experience because I don't ever want to categorize anybody who doesn't fit the requirements. But for me, I struggle and I'm triggered trauma, right? Because for me, as a man, no never means no. So if I don't want to be a part of it no more, me just saying no is not enough. Whereas, in dealing with, other situations, when a woman says no, it's just no. It's on a whole nother level of trespassing if you go past a woman's no. So I need to understand why, why the famous quote in my head, we still together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so for that very reason, like you said, when you keep old pictures and maybe pictures may not be that, but there's just intimate things that you have in a relationship. It could really send your mind.
I think you need to delete the text message. Yeah. I think you got to let all of it go.
Because it sends your mind into a space.
Pictures, videos, text, memories. Get rid of the towels. Get rid of the blanket. Let it all go.
Because this is the thing. How many times are you sitting at night scrolling through old text messages and you get mad all over again? And today it's hurt. Tomorrow it's I'm sad. And at what point does it turn into anger? Yep. At what point does it turn into revenge?
It's because people do not know how to manage their emotions.
Yeah.
And they don't know how to communicate where they are.
Definitely.
I think if I message you, like I told you, we had that podcast, and I told you, I said I'm gonna leave this and I'm gonna go have a conversation I need to have. Yeah. Because if I'm gonna burn the bridge, I need to burn it correctly. Yeah. And I had that conversation. I said, hey, look, this is not this. I appreciate you. Don't want to do this anymore. Don't want to I appreciate it if you delete the content that was between us, and I'll delete the same thing that's between me. It wasn't any picture. It wasn't even pictures or anything like that.
It's just the respect thing.
It was like our conversation. Like I hope and I said that
because what happens when you
respect me as much as I respect you?
Move on to another relationship, and all of a sudden now screenshots and all this other that stuff should be like illegal. You know what I'm saying? Like it's and this is the thing. What they'll try to do, just at large. Again, it's not a man doing it to a woman or a woman doing it to a man. I think it's interchangeable. But like when you want revenge, you'll try to manipulate a dialogue to look like it was had at a particular space, and it's almost like you can't even trust conversation anymore because who you are with is not the person you break up with.
I feel like the same way you respected me in the relationship, we have got to mutually have that same respect leaving the relationship.
You got to have that same maturity.
Yeah.
Like respect, cool. Maturity, like as mature as you were to get into the relationship, are you mature enough to exit it? And you don't got to act like a child about whatever the index is.
And let me be clear why this is such a strong conversation.
Yeah,
is because when you don't break up correctly and you don't end correctly, a lot of stuff happens. You hear all about police getting called, domestic violence, revenge porn. There's so many things that happen because people don't know how to break up correctly.
Yes.
The problem is people do not know how to be disappointed.
Yes.
People do not know how to feel rejected.
Rejection disorder.
And you have got to mature enough.
Yeah.
I've matured enough with me. If you don't want me, that's fine.
Yeah.
Just tell me. And you go your way, I go mine. I respect you. You respect me. We ain't got to do nothing past that. But some people, I think there's something wrong up here. Where as soon as you say, "Hey, this don't work no more," it's like the crazy switch hits or something. Like,
and so it's almost, but it's like again, it's the okay in my head, it's still a thing. And then number two, even though you said no, I reserve the right to fix it. Yeah. Instead of just respecting my no. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I can hear my mama in my ear saying right now, well, then just don't record it. Don't post nothing. This is why she say don't.
Now that's wisdom.
Yeah. Because you can't trust nobody in this day and age. Like,
and that's sad though. That's sad. Yeah. Why is it that I can't trust you when y'all? Why can't I not trust you when I'm no longer with you?
Because the trust no longer benefits me. You know what I'm saying? The trust, because I no longer gain benefit from the trust. I no longer gain benefit from the relationship. And so my thing is that I shouldn't have to gain benefit from you to respect your space.
I'm gonna say this, and I want you to post it on purpose.
Definitely.
I'm grateful that the people that have been in my life have enough respect for me, and I have that same respect for them.
I wish I could say the same.
I have. We've got respect, and I appreciate the respect. I respect. I told somebody, I said, you'll never hear nothing bad from me.
Yeah.
Because here's my thing: is because somewhere in the relationship, I knew the good. And so I'm not gonna leave and only represent what was bad in me, you, or us. Yeah. And I think that's enough respect. And I think people need to learn that in a relationship. You need to learn how to leave.
I asked the person in the relationship one time, why did you treat me this way in the relationship not working versus how I treated you? And I remember she said to me, different strokes for different folks. Yeah. And so from that point forward, I remember my dad told me, he said, you got to realize two things. You know, the person who wins is the person who tells first. That's the first thing. The second thing is that because you can't control the outcome, you got to control yourself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You control the narrative when you control the content. That's what's saying. And so it's just at this point, like, you know, intimacy is no longer intimacy. It's only intimacy when it's feeding me. You know what I'm saying? When it no longer benefits me, it's gone. Yeah. And I wish you know, everybody talking about chivalry and open my door and all this. Where's the trust at? You know, where's the privacy of it all? Yeah. You know, and then now it lends into a conversation we've had before about, you know, when to post somebody, when not to post somebody. It's like, because it's almost like for me, I'm going to a place now because I'm fearful of how it's going to end. You see what I'm saying? I literally fear how it's going to end. I fear that you don't have enough respect for me out of the relationship that you'll twist everything that happened in the relationship.
Let me say this too.
Yeah.
As a man, I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah.
Because that's a conversation a lot of men will not have.
Yeah.
It's because, and that's a reality, especially, we always talk about women getting hurt and different levels of hurt. Men, we can get there too. Yeah. When we're looking, when we've had bad relationship after bad relationship, after bad situation, after bad dating, after bad whatever, and then you're looking at something, it can look as good, it can shine, it can, you're still going looking like, okay, so but how we gonna end? Yeah. How we gonna act when it ends?
Because at the end of the day, as a man, you know, all we really have is our integrity to stand on. Yeah. And it's so easy for our integrity to be damaged over the opinion of a lost relationship. Yeah. It is so easy. Like, and I was talking to somebody about it, and I was like, you know, and you know, you and I, we talk about relationship all the time, right? Mm-hmm. The ones that work and the ones that don't. Mm-hmm. But I believe that our conversations are always constructive. I even got a homeboy when we talk, he says, look, you got 7 minutes, you know, to just talk about it, and it is what it, leave it in them 7 minutes. I say that to say very rarely do we get on the phone, if at all, because it's just really not masculine to be like, man, she did this and man, she did that, da-da-da-da-da. Because even if it goes to that place, we're always reminded, okay, so how do we get here and what are we doing going forward? Mm-hmm. Whereas, let's just be real, from what I've seen, either what, social media depicts or what you see on reality TV, a lot of times you just see a lot of women being emotional and bashing men when they no longer benefit them.
Let me be clear too. Men do the same thing.
They do.
You got to be careful with that because they both do it. I've seen men. I've had men. Hey, delete that.
Yeah.
Don't say that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
And I think women do it, but I think men do it. And I think it's what you said. There's a level of maturity,
but it's constructive.
Missing.
That's what I'm getting at. And so and that's why I said you and I, we talk about it.
Yeah.
But you never allow it to leave a place of it being constructive.
Yeah. And I'm never going to have the conversation with anybody that's going to take my conversation and go and take it the wrong way.
You don't let it get to a negative
and
place.
that's where you got to be careful is who you have certain conversations with about things because people just take stuff the wrong way. Go ahead.
I'm not saying, look, I appreciate you correcting me because I'm not saying that men don't do it. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is that's why I said in my experience.
Oh, yeah.
I have to make sure I got to capture that because somebody will freeze frame that and it'll be a whole thing. Mm-hmm. What I'm saying is in my experience, I've never been lended the opportunity for it to go to a deconstructive place. Yeah. And I appreciate that. Yeah. Equally, my experience has been when I no longer benefit your life, it's either got to go viral. We got to, whatever that conversation is. I got to tell people that work with you, that know you, that, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying things that it shouldn't even be like that.
That's why I say I thank God.
Yeah.
That even in where I haven't been the best, I feel like a level of me has been good enough to people to where we still stay good enough to each other leaving out. Yeah. And I try to do that. What hurts is when people hurt you and do things to hurt you when you have such good intentions.
Yeah.
And I think that is that's the whole conversation we have, that's how we circle back to this whole thing. Should the photos, should the videos be deleted? Yeah, they should be deleted, especially if you no longer have good intention for what I gave you.
Right. There we go.
If you no longer have good intention for what I gave you and what was personal and intimate between me and you, delete my stuff.
So a rule of dating, okay? A rule of dating. First, a rule of dating, I'm going to say that. They're allowed to not work out.
That's what dating is.
You're allowed for it to not reach marriage. And I also want to say this, what I'm thinking about. Marriage should not be a solution to anything. A marriage shouldn't be the answer to a child out of wedlock. It shouldn't be the answer to some sort of misfortune or whatever that looks like. It shouldn't be the answer. It really shouldn't even be the finish line because marriage is actually when the relationship truly begins. You see what I'm saying? So I think because we've miscategorized what relationship is, what dating is, what marriage is, it yields all these unattainable. I want to say unattainable. It yields a lot of. It yields false realities of what it is that we're actually supposed to be a part of or what we're actually supposed to be doing. Because marriage is a goal versus the starting point of the relationship. My expectations on it are different. And you got to put expectation management on it. You see what I'm saying? Nigga.
I'm sorry, the text message got good.
Help me. Help me.
You ever had a text, somebody send you a text, I think it's so good. You're like, good God almighty, let me stop.
Help me.
Hey, I'm sorry. Oh, it got hot in here.
Help me.
I'm sorry.
Delete the pictures, y'all.
Delete. I'm sorry. I got distracted. I apologize. I got nothing to say. You were talking good. Whatever you were saying, it was good. I promise. It was good stuff. It was a lot of wisdom. I don't know nothing you said, but it was wisdom. I'm sorry.
I'm done with you.
I'm sorry, bro. It's hot in here. It got hot and the text started coming through. I don't know. It's hot. I apologize. Delete the picture. I'm sorry.
Hey, yo, for more content just like this, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to Everything Give Me a Second on this YouTube channel. And don't forget to click the links below to watch other videos that are just like this.